So word across the street tells me that you've been skipping legs, which is obviously not a very good thing, because skipping legs is, if you skip legs, you're just mentally weak, to put it harshly.
Obviously the main reason why people skip legs is
because it is a very tiring thing to train. It's the entire body, bottom half of your body, so it's a lot of work. If you don't enjoy it, it can absolutely suck. But first of all, just a point.
convince you to be like, okay, maybe I do need to train legs.
First of all, you can't lie. A good pair of legs is aesthetic, right? And what's not aesthetic is if you have a good upper body and you don't have legs. If you don't have legs, if you have chicken legs, I'm sorry, but it's just like, I don't know what this new trend of embracing the chicken legs and just training chest all the time doesn't work that way. Second of all, or third of all, is that training legs, because of how much muscle you train when you train legs, training legs boosts your testosterone the most out of anything you can train, muscle group wise. So that is a big plus. So if you want better testosterone levels, then you train legs.
So the main thing people struggle with is because they
don't like training legs, right? And what can stem from not enjoying training something, and I can say this from experience, because I've had obviously 2.5 years of weightlifting experience, and currently I'm going through this with back a little bit, mainly just because back is my strongest part, so I don't have to put a lot of work into it. It's kind of just like stimulate it with some heavy weights and then it just kind of gets big, or it stays the same. So I don't have to put that much effort into back. And so back is actually my least favorite thing to train at the moment, which is quite a surprise because it's most people's favorite.
Okay, Kathan, enough yapping. Get to the point.
But that being said, I don't dislike training back. It's just that I like everything else so much that it just happens to be at the bottom. The first step is to have a plan, because now when you think about the workouts you enjoy the most, let's say you enjoy chest the most, which you probably do, maybe 85% of you probably enjoy training chest the most, because it's just, analytically speaking, it's just kind of a good presumption to make. Take a look at chest day. What do you do on your chest day? You could probably tell me every single thing you do, the weights you do them as well. And then tell me if you don't enjoy training legs, and you're one of the leg day skippers, tell me your leg day. Tell me everything that you do, and tell me the weight that you usually do every exercise on. And if you can't tell me any of that, then that tells me that it's not that you don't enjoy training legs, but you haven't even bothered to start training them properly.
Number one tip is to get structured.
Have a plan for your workout, and not just sort of get there and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna hit legs, let me just do a couple leg extensions, hamstring curls, maybe a calf raise or two, and then I'll bench, you know? Don't have a plan. Have a plan that you stick to, and what really helps is having one exercise you want to get really strong at, preferably not anything too risky. So for an example, for squats, don't be like, okay, I'm going to start training legs now because I want to get my squats heavy. Don't just go straight into heavy squats, because you want to really master your technique before you start going heavy into squats, because squats are very dodgy when it comes to technique and very finicky. So master your technique before you're heavy. But that being said, for me personally at the moment, I've been working on my squats, but also a secondary thing that I've been trying to get really strong at is hamstring curls on the hamstring curl machine. Mainly because my hamstrings have been so weak in the past compared to my quads. So I was like, okay, my hamstrings have to catch up to my quad strength, because obviously I'm sure you guys have seen my old videos where I used to leg press like 520 kilograms. Hamstring curl, my hamstrings were just not keeping up. So I had to basically boost my hamstring training. Brother dog. Anyway, so I had to basically compensate for that leg press error and make my hamstrings strong so it equals out so my knees could be fine again, because my knees got really bad. So my goal before the end of the year is to full stack the hamstring curl machine, which is 90 kilograms or 95 kilograms. So I've been working towards it, and I've been tracking every single time I train legs. I track it very closely and I make sure I count every single rep. and then I add more, either add 2 or 3 more reps every time, or up the weight by about 2.5 to 5 kgs. So having something to build strength in, it just gives you a really big hit of dopamine as soon as you start like making progress. Because when you track it, if you don't track it, it doesn't really feel like you're making progress that quickly. But if you track it very closely, then you can actually realize, actually I got a rep heavier than, I got 1 more rep than last time. So technically I gained a lot of strength, you know. So it's a lot of it's a big dopamine boost. So I suggest you stop tracking your leg days. But I mean, listen, train your legs. You need to train legs. Don't skip over it. Okay? Yeah. With that being said, let's go train some legs.